I would like to present a brief introduction of our today's speaker, Sri Amrendra Kumar Sinha sir. He currently serves as the Chief Audit Executive at Adani Ports and SEZ Limited, bringing over 2 decades of leadership in audit, governance, and risk management to India's largest private port operator. In this role, he oversees the design, execution, and continuous enhancement of the internal audit function of the company's vast port logistic operation, ensuring robust control and alignment with the highest standards of corporate governance. And I also like to introduce our today's moderator, CA Dipendra Narayan Roy sir, is a partner and the head of the Audit and Assurance Division at LB Jha and Company, where he has been associated since 2011. He brings extensive experience across audit, assurance, and control functions, spanning a wide range of industry, including iron and steel, power engineering, sugar mining, chemicals, infrastructures, etc. Sir, we welcome you both. And now for the presentation, I would like to invite our Regional Council Secretary Hariram sir for the presentation. Thank you, sir. With this, I humbly hand over the proceedings to the distinguished moderator of the session for further deliberations. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that kind introduction. Let me introduce you again to Mr. Sinha. He has started his career in Tata Steel, thereafter Tata Motors, and finally he has been associated with Adani for a span of 10 years and more. He has been extensively taking care of the internal audit and stat audit functions and has a wide range of exposure to different industries. So the topic that we have today is AI. We have been accustomed to AI for a very long time. It is not new. If people can recall, AI was first introduced to us in the form of Siri in iPhone 4S. It was a voice assistant. It was revolutionary at that point of time. Of course, we have also been using Samsung, Amazon, and we have been using dynamic pricing in various websites. We have been using Netflix, which uses AI to basically understand our preferences and give us what we want. So AI is not something that we have not been accustomed to. Large language models like ChatGPT, like Azure, these are something that has come to the forefront in the recent 2-3 years. Now, about 50 years ago, when people spoke about the future, people thought that it would be robots which would be in the forefront. While human beings would be relaxing in the bed or relaxing in their sofas, it would be the robots which will be doing the manual work for us. It would be doing our household chores, it would be doing our grocery shopping, so on and so forth. Unfortunately, in practical sense, what has happened is the human beings still manage to do the manual chores, while AI is the one who is preparing essays, who's preparing books, who's preparing now movies, while we are still doing the manual things. And on that note, we will come to today's topic, which is leveraging AI for corporate governance. Now, corporate governance and accounting governance, how do we use AI? I would request the eminent speaker to give his opinion on this.
So, thank you, Dipendra ji. I hope I am audible to the last. So good evening, everyone. So governance in accounting and through the AI. And AI stands for me, it is almost invisible. Though it is artificial intelligence, but it's almost invisible. So we are trying to get governance and trust, which is not visible. So that is the first challenge we normally face. Secondly, that AI gives you questions of every answers without any accountability or responsibility that is it right or wrong. So I have not seen any exam or anything where you can write anything without assessment that can be done. So there the challenges comes first. That while you can do anything out of the AI, how are you designing that who will be responsible for this activity done by the AI? Do we have proper governance within the company or corporates? Because I come from the earlier from 10 years from the finance side and now 16 years from the governance side. So I have faced challenges on both the sides, so we will take one by one. Number two, that who is designing that AI, the logic who had given. And then this is called that how the data lineage or data ancestries are there. You are getting the output. But what was the data source? How it has been processed? What is the outcome that has come? And then you have to rely upon and you have to give your judgment. So these are the series one needs to follow up. Then only you can give the AI-based governance. So to start with that, I think we have to go a long way. Second, that earlier in some classes you forgot about AI or IT and you just join the HR classes. All the questions will come about the trust-based leadership. You have to trust, trust, and trust. The moment you shift to the AI, it entirely works on the zero trust architecture. If you want to have a good AI architecture, that is called a zero trust architecture. So from zero trust, you need to gain trust for the governance. So that these things we can discuss about going forward.
Absolutely. Now, the concept of AI that you have brought up is very interesting. Who can AI help us in the board of directors? Can it serve the board of directors as a director itself? Is it possible to have an AI as a director? Now, I don't know how many of us know, but Albania, a small country of course, has appointed an AI as a minister. It is the Minister of Procurement and overseeing public contracts. Why they have done it? Because they were facing a lot of corruption issues and they decided that AI would be absolutely impartial. Of course, that's an assumption that we are making, that an AI will be absolutely impartial. But can it get on the board of directors and help the board? Of course it can. But it cannot be held responsible for the directions, for its decisions. So it can serve as a utility model. It can serve as a utility, it can provide dashboards, it can provide metrics that the board of directors want or desire, and it can show the trends. But it cannot be a director itself, because if the AI makes a wrong decision, then who will be held responsible? The coder? The people who have appointed him on the board? So it's a very dicey situation. So again, as a matrix, as a tool, AI can be useful, but it cannot be on the board. Now coming to accounting governance. How can AI be used as an in the accounting software? Suppose I embed AI in the accounting software, will it be of any use? Of course, we have seen that AI gives predictions. It can analyze trends. It can analyze a whole lot of data that a human being is almost, for a human being, it is almost impossible. For example, we all use streaming platforms nowadays. Streaming platforms use AI quite a bit. So the moment you complete a show or complete an episode, it shows you might also like, if you can recall that. So what it is doing is, it is seeing what you are watching and is offering you shows which are similar. So for a human being to do that, it would take a lot of time. An AI can do it within seconds. Similarly, an AI, if it is embedded in the software, can predict that this person might be making a mistake in the narration, it can predict it might be making a mistake in the journal entry, and suggest that, are you sure? So at the moment it becomes, are you sure? Or it suggests that this might be the right answer. So that can easily help us and reduce our time. What do you suggest?
So thank you. I think the moment we discuss in some of the session ESG also, yes. And the famous word that ESG is sometimes taking place is the greenwashing. I think the day is not far off, then when we will hear or listen AI washing in the most prominent way. So if you are talking about the governance, you can see most of the data, it might be AI washed also. So that is also the term coming up. Now, in every board meeting, now this is a mandate, so this has become, till now it is a fashion, definitely AI will come up, but every board committee or every audit committee or every directors meeting, everywhere, I have not seen in the last 1 year any committee where AI is not discussed as an agenda, and we need to then prepare on what is, as a corporate we are doing, and what is our roadmap towards that. So AI is the buzzword, and we cannot deny now that, okay, AI will keep on coming, but we will not do. We don't have any options, so AI has to be done. So better part that how our auditing technique needs to be changed for effective governance. And that too earlier, if you see, not a new idea, but very famous word, we are already doing it, something called, we are very fascinated in the ITGC. So while ITGC, you were doing it a separate exercise also, based on the mandate, based on some processes. Now you need to more do ITGC for the work that AI is already doing. So later on the detective part, what AI output has come, and then you need to audit it. I think the best idea is that you get yourself engaged at the designing itself. That as an auditor, what logic you want to see from that, whether those logics are already built at the time of development stage itself. Normally in software, and what happens, if you don't correct it at the development time itself, then rerun or rectification becomes very, very challenging. So the way of doing governance through AI, I think the best model, that 3 line of defense, I don't think that you need to follow in that 3 line of defense model, that first line of defense will do something, second will control, then internal auditor will come, and they will do the audit. I think all these lines are getting blurred. So in the wake of AI governance, you need to involve from the day one that how the AI logics are getting built up, how the designing is being done, so that you can have a faster governance. First shot, okay, you know how the system works, what is the data ancestry is there, how the data flow is there, and that then you can dependent on the AI-based governance. So I think these things at the development stage itself, we need to consider on that.
Absolutely. So in that case, do the auditors, or as a CA, do we have to get into the coding aspect also? Well, to be very honest, with today's changing environment, we have to get into a little bit of understanding of the softwares. Without doing that, we do have an ITGC audit, like you said. Obviously, when we do a stat audit, we do a thorough IT scrutiny to understand what are the linkages, what kind of APIs are there, what are the results that are coming out, what are the data sources that are being there. But AI is something which is still a very alien term for most of the auditors in the auditing profession. So without understanding what are the parameters to which the AI has been set, can we do a proper audit? Is the next question.
So of course not. Very blunt answer, but of course not. Because you have to do digital literacy and digital dexterity. Now both the things you have to go through. So rather than thinking AI is a concern, I think you should have the journey of concern to collaborations. And you can yourself will not learn everything in the isolation. Because when a program is getting developed to give some output, there are a functional expert, there are the coders, there are the assurance expert, a team works on that. And then you give the input from all the sides. That's how effectively this program can be run. That's why when SAP also gets implemented, I think you might have heard that there are something called functional expert. They don't know anything about the coding, and most of the CAs, they are become the functional expert in that because they make the system understand that what is the debit credit. Now SAP doesn't understand debit credit. It just understands only posting key. It understands only 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40 and all. So as an accountant, we need to give the logic that what is debit and what is credit. For that matter, since you are developing some system, it can help you work faster, but not on its own. First time you have to educate them. So that's why where the machine learning comes in picture, right?
Absolutely.
Now SAP and other things already established software, they are implemented. Now just take the new journey for the machine learning where most of the AI tools will be getting developed. So how the machine learning will take place, you need to give a level data, different scenario, multi-gigabyte, mega-gigabyte, even terabyte to train your machine from all the idealistic scenario you can visualize that can take place within your operations. Based on that, what machine learning output will come, that again you need to go through the POC.
Absolutely.
At the same time, there is no single software that works end-to-end. So there are so many APIs in between. And all these API works on the collaboration. So you need to also see that proper infrastructure is in place before developing any big AI project and before implementing any big AI project in the corporate. Otherwise, it will not work. It will lose its charm. It will have unnecessary investment. And then your management might not give or try to fund you on that also. So these are some items you need to consider before venturing into the AI journey. So that's how you can make it successful.
Absolutely, sir. Now, coming to the ethics and governance point of view, suppose we have implemented an AI. That AI, it has given us certain predictions on the basis of its trends, on the basis of its learning, machine learning, of course, it takes time, but it has given you some kind of trends. Now, unfortunately, what has happened is we have taken a decision based on the recommendations or trend analysis made by the AI. Now, it has turned out that that decision was wrong. We do not know what will happen in that case because AI is not a thing that you can fire. It's not a thing that you can scold. It's not a thing that you can penalize or issue a show cause notice. So what happens in that scenarios? Do the management say that, hey, we were using AI, it is not my fault, the thing gave us a result which is not correct?
So one more parallel discussion that is in place, that how you redefine your organizational structure right now. So somewhere some discussion, I will not name the organization, some discussion is going on that you need to have a two track of your organizational structure. So right now there is you, the people reporting below you. You can easily see within a year or two near future that within your reporting dynamics, you will be having 3 people reporting to you and 3 of the AI agents reporting to you. And there are cases that you might have your own personal agent working for you to do all your job. Now, how to govern all these AI agents? Whether to govern these AI agents, you should have an AI supervisor also, then AI manager also. And then ultimately, finally, it has to have a discussion with human AI interface. So how to design at the core level, those kind of things. Secondly, that to take the initial benefit from the AI, first you need to remap entire processes, that which are the repetitive one and which are where your judgment takes place. So I will come to the M&A. If you are doing any valuation for the startup companies, now normally valuations are done based on the EBITDA, based on the past records, based on your revenue and all. Now a startup company doesn't have everything. So what input you will give to the AI models for that valuation part? It will not come up.
Absolutely.
So still you have to have a human judgment And you need to train AI, so going forward, you need to decide what are the jobs that can be done through the AI, which requires very less input or intervention, and what are the jobs where your valuation, your interpretation, and other things are required. Those things are still required to be done by the human right now. So that's how the basic level you need to redefine your entire processes and structure. So both people, process, and technology. Everything has to be redefined for the effective utilization of the AI.
So are you suggesting that we have a maker-checker concept for AI as well? Because that would again involve, we are using AI to basically mitigate this. But if we have to verify the documents that have been provided by the AI, then we go back to the same thing. Then what is the benefit of using AI?
Yes, so that's a great question, at least from the governance point of view. Maker, checker, and segregation of duty, conflict of interest, and everything. I think these things you can already inbuilt into the AI development or system development itself. So no need to monitor that. But still, I'm raising a more broader questions that we are very, as an accountant, we are very fascinated with the book closure, quarterly audit, half-yearly audit. These are the words we are keep on listening. My concern is that why you need a separate step, so-called book closure now. Why you can't define a program that when everything takes place, 30th books are still itself getting closed? Why need to do additional processes at the last month, last day to have a book closure itself? Number one. Number two, coming from the audit side, what auditor does? It comes, you takes all your transactions, takes some samples, give you some exception report, and you try to convince them.
Justify
and try to resolve it so that you don't get any qualification.
Exactly.
Now suppose if the auditors are also using the same software for the sampling that is already inbuilt in the audited client or at the client side. You don't need to do audit itself. You just come, run your program and get the result whether something is coming or not. Why do I? Because when initial days when I was started my accounting, it was a big problem. Till 15th, I used to call my wife that अभी थोड़ा लेट से आऊँगा because closing is started. So that was the case till 15th.
So that is still continuing today in today's
age. And then
age.
again on 18th, after 2 days, when she, okay, now 10 days will be over. So after 2 days again I will tell that again closing has started. Then she used to ask me that तुम लोग open कितना दिन रहते हो? Because till 15th your closing is there, again from 18th your closing is started. So we are open for the 2 days. Now AI can really help there, though, so by itself book closure. 30th you have a book closure. Second, the most benefit of the AI will be the interpretational issue. If the process or policy or any accounting standard comes, earlier we had a very good chartered accountants which we used to value them because of their well understanding of the interpretation of the accounting standards. Nowadays I am not finding such kind of chartered accounts who are especially valued because they know a specificity of the accounting standard. Because what is happening, you give the accounting standards in the Copilot or ChatGPT or anything, you get the result. You get the summary of that and that interpretation is equal to all. So most of the interpretational issue which was coming earlier in the past, I think AI can help you there in terms of either your tax assessment, like someone in the previous session they were telling. So everyone, if having the same interpretation of the policy, procedure, and governance, I think that becomes very easy to give you the governance.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. What it can do is, it can make the daily functions a lot easier. A lot of the uncomplicated areas very, very smooth because it can do it itself. It can work as a concurrent auditor, immediate concurrent auditor. It can track the variations, the abnormal transactions, and it can flag it immediately. So that the company becomes a proactive company and not a reactive company. So, of course, AI will have its benefits, will have its costs, but I cannot remove the fact that AI will obviously always need manual or human oversight. Without human oversight, I don't think AI can still function. Now, we all know about the story of what happened in Australia, where a certain consultancy company issued a report. That report was based out of AI. AI generated a lot of facts and figures, it generated a lot of quotations, it generated a lot of case references, which was not real. And it was flagged by the federal government of Australia, and that consulting company had to refund the assignment fees because they had used AI for this. Now, to conclude, the situation remains that, of course, AI is important, AI is the future. We cannot deny it, but at the same time, we cannot hand over the reins to an AI. Manual intervention, manual control remains a must. And on that note, I give it to you to conclude, sir.
So definitely it is beneficial for us. So what we are trying to do, we are dealing with lot many details and lot many data. So the trend analysis, pattern analysis, fraud indicators, all the red flags, green flags, I think these all early warning signals. AI is much beneficial to us right now. However, it is still maturing in the ecosystems. You have to have the networking in the right place. All the APIs should work together. So you have a data lake, data lake where every API can have the same details. So going forward, you can't go away with the AI. So definitely treat them as a co-pilot. You become the master. For now, I don't know, future that role gets reversed, I don't know. But yes, it's beneficial only when you take the right advantage of the same. Thank you.
Okay, so I have been told that we need to wrap up this session because it is getting delayed. We'll take a couple of questions if anybody has any, and we can move forward from there. Any questions? I don't believe, sir does have a question. Let me hand you the mic.
My question is whether AI will give the answer in English or American English.
Sir, AI will give you the answer in Hindi if you can configure it properly.
No, but there is a problem in arithmetical system. They are following PEMDAS, parentheses, and English is maintaining BODMAS. So there will be a difference in answer. Which answer will be correct?
So it will give you both the options you can select. Actually, of course, these are teething problems. I understand what you're questioning because actual BODMAS is something we have been taught, but AI is not following, sometimes AI is not following that. There are errors, but of course these are large language models. They are not saying that it is absolutely perfect. It is our interactions which will make it perfect. So the moment it gives you an error message, a wrong reply, you are supposed to tell it that you are wrong, recheck. And that's how it will continue and to learn. This will, as you interact with it, these will keep growing, developing. So if you can recall, initially it was ChatGPT 3, then it became 3.5, then 4, now version 5 is already here. So the pace at which it will develop is way more.
Just to add on that, I think if you are in the AI development journey, then you can't become the Salman Khan, but you have to become Shah Rukh Khan. Why I say that you can't tell that एक बार मैं ठान लिया तो मैं किसी और को नहीं सुनूंगा. You need to upgrade your model every time. You can't be the Salman. And that Shah Rukh Khan, that बड़े शहरों में छोटी गलती होती रहेगी. So in AI journey you have to follow the Shah Rukh, not the Salman.
I like it. Okay. So I don't think there are any more questions. We can conclude the session. Thank you so much for the vote of thanks. So, if you can, Mr. Tiwari.
I, C. Naveen Kumar Tiwari, on behalf of EIRC team, it's my honor, indeed a great honor for me to propose the vote of thanks for this impactful technical session at the 50th Regional Conference of the Eastern India Regional Council of ICI. First and foremost, I extend my heartful gratitude to our distinguished panelist, Sri A.K. Sinha sir, for sharing his profound knowledge, practical insight, and experience with us today. Sir, your deliberation has truly added immense value to our understanding and professional excellence. We are equally thankful to our moderator, CA D.N. Roy sir, for wonderfully steering the discussion and ensuring a meaningful and engaging interaction throughout the session. A special appreciation to Sri Arpit Kedia sir for efficiently conducting the session as the master of MOC and keeping the momentum lively and well coordinated. We express our sincere gratitude to our respected Central Council members, Regional Council members, past President, past Chairman, and all distinguished dignitaries present over here. To all delegates, both actively attending physically, thank you all your active participation, insightful questions, and making the session truly interactive. My heartfelt thanks also goes to entire organizing committee, volunteers, technical and administrative team of EIRC. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.